Hello ladies and gentlemen and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video I have a brand new ranking for you all. And I am going to be ranking all 7 of Director Scott Derrickson's movies. So Scott Derrickson is a director's name that I've been throwing around a lot this weekend, and I've been pretty shocked to find just how many people don't know who I'm talking about. He directed this little well-known horror movie called Sinister a few years back, and oh yeah, Doctor Strange. He is definitely among the best directors working in the horror genre today in his latest movie, The Black Phone, released in theaters this weekend. I did a spoiler-free review on it a few days ago, so be sure to check that out. Not to mention, The Black Phone also marks his 7th feature film, so I figured why not show him some love and rank all of his movies. Before I hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos, so be sure to check that out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Number 7. Hellraiser Inferno. Look, any Hellraiser movie after the first one, and maybe the second one, is just not worth watching at all. And this is the 5th one. If you're really looking to go through the whole series for whatever reason, then I mean, go for it. Me personally, even though I am a big fan of Derrickson's, this was his first feature film, and I would say his only bad one really, but I would advise you to steer clear. Number 6. The Day the Earth Stood Still. When you are tasked with trying to remake a sci-fi classic for the modern day, it's always going to be a tall order. This one, sadly, for most people, definitely missed the mark. Despite a pretty stacked cast consisting of Keanu Reeves, Jennifer Connelly, Kathy Bates, John Cleese, and Jon Hamm, it ended up underwhelming general audiences and disappointing most fans of the original. Number 5. Deliver Us from Evil. I really do think that this was a valiant effort at trying to blend multiple genres and ideas, and that lead Eric Bana actually delivers a pretty solid performance. But sadly, for everything that it gets right, something else falls flat or feels disjointed. It is definitely a step above the previous 2 entries on this list, but also certainly a step back when it comes to the next few. Number 4. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Many say that this is the best Exorcist film since the 1973 original The Exorcist. Whether you agree or disagree with that statement is totally subjective. It's absolutely up to you. However, I don't think that anyone would deny that it is at the very least in contention for that honor. Not to mention, it's said to be loosely based on true events, making it that much scarier. Part courtroom drama, part nightmare fuel. It's a different take on a familiar story that I definitely commend Derrickson for. Number 3. Doctor Strange. An acid trip of a movie wrapped up in a magical fantasy setting. This movie likely has the most mind-bending visuals of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Benedict Cumberbatch is beyond perfect as the titular Doctor Strange. Rachel McAdams, Benedict Wong, and Chiwetel Ejiofor help to make up an excellent supporting cast. Mads Mikkelsen plays an okay villain, but this movie definitely did wonders at the time for expanding that universe. Does it have as much of Derrickson's influence as I was hoping for? No, not necessarily. But it is absolutely still a damn entertaining movie. Number 2. Sinister. It was such a toss-up between this one and the next entry for that number 1 spot. I genuinely do believe that Sinister is one of the best horror movies of the last 20 years. It is sick, it is twisted, and it really does go to some really messed up places that you are totally not expecting. It is mostly well known for its homemade snuff video segments, as well as a new icon for the horror genre, Bagul. But let's also not forget Ethan Hawke's brilliant performance. Does the 3rd act go and get a bit generic? Yeah, for sure. But the movie as a whole, the entire package, is what makes it an instant classic. Number 1. The Black Phone. Though the story for this one plays out in a moderately predictable way, the story itself is one of the most unique in recent memory. On top of that though, it is backed by an absolutely hypnotic performance from Ethan Hawke, who also happens to give us one of the most memorable horror movie villain masks of the last little while. as well as some phenomenal performances from our two lead child actors, Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw. It is a dark, tense, haunting, and anxiety-fueled tale. Paired with its 90-minute runtime, there is never a dull moment in one of 2022's best flicks so far, and what I personally believe to be Derrickson's best work to date. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, feel free to let me know how you would have ranked all 7 of Scott Derrickson's movies, and don't forget to suggest what ranking you'd like to see me do next. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that little bell icon, that way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe, thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.